Hello friends. So today we will discuss another string function strcmp. So that will compare two strings. So here we can the syntax is like this strcmp and string 1 we can pass the string 2 also. So it will compare string 1 and string 2. So it will return 0 if both strings are equal. Otherwise it will return a non-zero value. It will return less than 0 means the first non-matching character in string 1 has a lower ASCII value than the corresponding character in string 2. And it returns greater than 0 means the first non-matching character in string 1 has higher ASCII value than the corresponding character in string 2. So we can check with one example. So we have two strings. So char string that we can just tell free coding, and we have one more string character array string 2 that also equal to free coding. So both strings are equal only. Okay, so this strcmp will return one value, one integer value. So here we can declare one variable int compare value cmp val equal to strcmp. Here we can tell string 1 comma string 2. Then we can just print of this value, printf percentage %d, we can find cmp val, right? So both strings are equal, right? So we will run this. Okay, now we are getting one error. That means we need to input string.h. So here we can type hash include string.h, right? Then we can rerun. See, we are getting 0. So 0 means both strings are equal, right? Suppose here we can tell if cmp val equal to 0 and of strings are equal, right? Else we can tell strings are not equal. We can copy this, paste here, strings are not equal. So suppose we will run this 0 and strings are equal. We can put his here new line slash. Okay. Then suppose we are changing the last, the second string to F capital. Okay. So we will run this. See, we are getting greater than 0, 32, and strings are not equal. So greater than 0 means the first non-matching character in string 1 has higher ASCII value than the corresponding character in string 2. Lowercase f has higher ASCII value, right? Than this capital F, right? So here we will get greater than 0. So that's why it is returning greater than 0. Suppose here we are using f is capital and here we are using small, right? Now we will run, we will get less than 0. See, minus 32. Okay. Okay, this way we can use string comparison. So now we need to check without using string comparison how we can do that. Okay. So in this case, we need to compare both these strings, right? Suppose here we are using string 1 and string 2. We need to compare each strings, each characters. Okay, so in this case we can use for int I equal to 0 and here we can tell string 1 of I that is not equal to null character, null terminating of it, right? So not equal to slash 0. We need to compare both strings, right? So here we need to use, we need to compare with the string 2 also. So here we can type or string 2 of I not equal to null character. Then I plus plus. So in this inside this loop, we need to compare if string 1 of I not equal to string 2 of I. So this means it is not equal, right? So here we need to put one variable bool is equal. We can use integer value also. Is equal, you can tell first it will tell. So these characters are not equal, then we can tell is equal to false, right? Then we need to break, right? So here we are using this bool. We need to use hash include std bool.h, right? So it is equal false. If any character is not matching, then we are assigning is equal to false and we will break from this loop. So is equal to true. Then we need to tell strings are equal, right? Is equal is false, then we'll tell strings are not equal. Now we can just tell free coding only. So both strings are equal now. We will run and strings are equal. Suppose here we are telling F, then strings are not equal. Here we are telling any other characters, A, B, C, something, then we will run that also strings are not equal. Okay. Okay. Thanks for watching.